If you thought the turmoil between Christie and Evelyn Lozada was over, you may want to think again since new information is emerging that might destroy their surviving connection. According to what fans are claiming online, the two reality TV stars are allegedly embroiled in one of the most shocking love triangles the Basketball Wives series has ever seen. Despite the first suspicions being minor, a few cryptic posts, a few dubious comments, the internet is now certain that Jackie and Evelyn could have been meeting the same man behind the scenes. Nothing has been confirmed, and we're not saying it's true. The way both women have been acting recently has fans connecting every dot, reading every article, and asking the same question. What really happened between Jackie, Evelyn, and this unknown man? Because they have not gone unnoticed for their recent acts, which include harsh captions, subtle criticism, and public appearances that seem to speak louder than words. Is this another case of fans overanalyzing? Or are we seeing a real-life conflict unfolding before our own eyes? Regardless of the facts, one thing is certain: this story is going to turn nasty. Before whispers, leaks, and social media started to tear everything apart, Christie and Evelyn Lozada had done the unthinkable. They had turned years of conflict into what seemed to be peace. The early seasons of Basketball Wives, when the two were almost at odds, are remembered by fans. Folklore was created from their disagreements, which included confrontations, confessions, and unforgettable one-liners that kept viewers glued to their TVs. But as the years went by, something changed. They had managed to get along even though they weren't the best of friends. By commenting on each other's posts, taking group photos at events, and talking about growth and maturity in interviews, they even go so far as to openly support one another. Supporters thought the tenuous truce may last until recently. Manufacturing workers assert that the peace did not just vanish. Something or someone caused a change in their connection. This is the beginning of the story. Rumors started to subtly arise when Evelyn made a comment during a podcast appearance a few weeks ago that fans now see as a subtle attack. Sometimes people pretend to be your sister just to keep tabs on your happiness, she said, without naming anybody since she didn't have to, but within hours, suspicions surfaced in comment sections that Christie was the sister she was speaking to. A few days later, Jackie didn't immediately respond when she posted a comment on her Instagram story that said, "Some women smile in your face but pray for your fall when the cameras stop rolling." It was vague and short, but time was of the essence. There was no turning back once fans recognized the link. Suddenly, the seemingly peaceful situation started to fall apart. Both ladies were being tagged in a plethora of posters that contrasted their enigmatic comments. Gossip sources highlighted stressful situations that, in retrospect, felt like clues using clips from earlier episodes. But the most interesting part? The word "man" started to show up in the comments. According to several fan sites, the friction began with a new face and was unrelated to previous complaints or show difficulties. A man who, according to insiders, had been seen with both women at different times during the last several months. At first, it seemed to be a harmless coincidence. The entertainment circle is small since Jackie and Evelyn have long been part of comparable social groups. However, a now-deleted tweet from a mutual friend revealed the same man sitting next to Jackie at a private event only weeks after he was seen eating with Evelyn in Los Angeles. The internet exploded. Was he the same individual? A fan asked on X. Another commented, "Are they both really seeing him?" Then, suddenly, speculation turned into obsession. According to production sources, this mystery man was not just a newcomer. Rather, he was said to have ties to the Basketball Wives squad. Others said he was a producer. Others claimed he was a business partner. And some even claimed he had dated another ensemble member. If confirmed, it would show that this was not only a personal issue, but also a professional one. As the rumors circulated, the two women seemed to become more silent. Evelyn stopped posting her usual inspiring quotes and self-portraits. Jackie, who was usually active online, began disseminating carefully selected commercial content instead. It was all business and no emotion, and that silence only served to fan the flames. Fans observed subtle shifts in tone. When Jackie posted her next task, Evelyn didn't say the usual thing. Evelyn's remarks on sisterhood and commitment were criticized by Jackie. Both seemed to have decided to draw borders that were invisible in plain view. Behind the scenes, the tension was apparent, according to insiders. The two reportedly got into a heated altercation off camera during a recent shoot, forcing the production to break them apart. The confrontation was allegedly caused by a scheduling conflict or misunderstanding, but it quickly spiraled out of control as old wounds resurfaced. It was clear that this extended beyond television. As one source said, she mentioned loyalty. And that's when Jackie lost it. According to reports, some cast members were caught in the midst, trying to please both sides. Some took Jackie's side, saying she had been wrongfully accused. Others sensed that Evelyn had been duped by someone she thought she could trust, so they discreetly stood by her side. It was the end of a precarious truce that had been negotiated over many years, and it was more than just a quarrel. By the conclusion of the filming that night, it was hard to hide the tension. Crew members described the atmosphere as icy. There was no light conversation or laughter, just long, uncomfortable silences and blank stares. But no one could have predicted that this dispute, this private, behind-the-scenes hostility, would soon explode into the public eye. Because while fans were still trying to figure out what went wrong between Jackie and Evelyn, someone, whose identity is unknown, allegedly leaked private messages that changed everything. The texts, which suggested a much deeper, more personal connection with the person in question, became popular on the internet within hours. Screenshots seemed to show romantic discussions, getting ready for a meeting, and even vague references to production schedules. Supporters posted screenshots of the postings before they were quickly taken down. Despite not publicly addressing the leak, Jackie and Evelyn's actions were quite obvious. Evelyn unfollowed Jackie on Instagram. Jackie immediately removed all of Evelyn's photos from her Facebook page. The friendship era was officially over. From then on, it wasn't just murmurs or shadows. It was about betrayal, image, and pride. Two women who formerly walked the red carpet together are now on different sides of the most talked about online controversy. And what everyone was wondering became ruthlessly clear. Was this merely another stage of reality TV competition? Or did true sentiments and secrets finally come to light? Whatever the answer was, there was no doubt that Jackie and Evelyn's feud had begun. When the screenshots first appeared, the majority of people thought they were fake. It was easy to believe that the whole thing had been staged to generate drama because of the poor quality, blurry images of alleged text conversations and direct messages. But what made this rumor unique was its timing and details. The information was made public only days after one of the most tense Basketball Wives episodes in recent history was completed. Those with knowledge of the production process say the actors have been treading cautiously. The conflict between Jackie and Evelyn was dividing the whole program and controlling communications. Therefore, the appearance of such texts didn't seem to be a coincidence. The feeling was one of payback. The texts that were allegedly sent between the man and one of the females were referred to by fans as Mr. Clueless remarks about meetups, keeping things low and not letting production find out. Although they weren't explicitly stated, they were sufficient to spark rumors. With hashtags like shatters Evelyn caught up and Jackie exposed trending on X, YouTubers rushed to release explainer films in which they broke down the messages frame by frame and scrutinized every tone, timestamp, and emoji. Within hours, fan sites, gossip blogs, and even some former cast members couldn't resist commenting on the screenshots. With every new comment and every new anonymous source, the rumor became a self-feeding monster. It was not only the idea of a secret relationship that astonished many, but the possibility that Jackie and Evelyn had been linked to the same man, and that man may have been someone directly engaged in production. In the reality TV industry, producers are in charge of the story and are not just behind the scenes. They decide what airs and what is kept secret. Therefore, if either lady had a romantic relationship with someone in that group, it could be interpreted as favoritism, manipulation, or even a breach of contract. Suddenly, this was more than a gossip. It was a potential scandal that might endanger plotlines, employment, and reputations. Additionally, the public wanted answers. As fans began connecting the dots, old behind-the-scenes photos of Evelyn and Jackie going to events with the same man, once at a charity function, and again at a network party, resurfaced, and some fans said they saw the man sitting next to them while filming, while others said they saw Evelyn and this producer on location flirting. First to lean in, Jackie did it calmly but firmly. "I've been hearing baseless rumors, Evelyn, so I simply want to make sure we're telling the truth." Evelyn did not flinch. She crossed her arms, smirked, and said, "If you've been hearing things, maybe you should talk to more knowledgeable people instead than depending just on the internet." At the table, there was quiet. For a few seconds, the only sound was the clinking of a spoon against a glass. But then Jackie pulled out her phone, which would later become the most replayed clip of the season. She halted, swung the phone towards Evelyn, and browsed on screen. What is this then? As it seems to be the same number you called the previous week. Don't toy with me. The camera panned in. The producers are alleged to have been caught off guard, but they immediately recognized that this was gold. The proof, the betrayal, and the pure sensation. Evelyn looked at the TV, then at Jackie. Evelyn said, "You really brought screenshots with you?" Jackie said, "No, I had receipts with me." Off camera. The sound of gasps could be heard. Then chaos broke out. Jackie would have none of it. Claiming that Evelyn was lying and that she knew who the guy was and what she was doing, Evelyn stood up and waved her hands, saying the messages were edited and that people were trying to make her seem bad. The whole altercation lasted only a few minutes, but when the program aired, it was extended into a moving 20-minute masterpiece, with every close-up, cutaway, and shaky voiceover edited for maximum effect. Shouting, tears, and security intervention broke out in the situation, and crew members had to separate the two before it turned violent. And it worked. Social media took fire. Videos of Jackie saying, "I came here with receipts," went viral overnight, and fans remixed the song into memes and used it in TikTok skits. While Evelyn's followers said she was ambushed, Jackie's supporters believed she was finally protecting herself, but many people didn't realize that the action didn't end when the cameras stopped. Both women reportedly demanded behind the scenes that certain parts of the argument be removed, especially any mention of the man's name, and when producers rejected the notion, saying it was too integral to the story, lawyers reportedly got involved. A private confessional, in which Evelyn reportedly began crying, was even allegedly cut at the last minute because it was too raw, according to rumors. According to leaked emails that show heated discussions between the network and the representatives of both celebrities regarding what may be shown legally. Some speculated that he was Evelyn's ex-lover, some that he had dated Jackie first, and some that he was using both women in the production process. The enigmatic man was now a shadow, present in every conversation but unseen and unheard. And the audience was obsessed with figuring him out. Numerous theories were put forward. Subsequently, as if by fate, a new leak surfaced, this time from within the production team. An anonymous email from a crew member to a well-known gossip blogger claimed that both women had actually dated the same man, albeit at different times, and that although the overlap was only a few weeks, there was a profound emotional impact. According to the source, the man had dated Evelyn first before subtly starting to see Jackie while still keeping in contact with Evelyn. When the truth came out, they both felt duped, not only by him, but by each other as well. A single leak changed the narrative. The tone of the internet changed as fans began to sympathize instead of criticize, portraying both women as being manipulated, their pain as real, and their anger as justified. Empathic remarks include, "That man ruined everything. They didn't deserve this, and they should have pursued him instead of each other." The damage to people was irreparable, even if the public's perspective altered. Evelyn allegedly refused to work with Jackie for weeks, while Jackie shared enigmatic posts on Instagram about finding peace in truth and outgrowing fake friends. Then, in one of the most unexpected moves of the season, Evelyn posted a single story with a blank screen, and the words, "Remember who helped you first after you've finished playing the victim," it was enough to rekindle the flames. Insiders claim that, since the producers had to move quickly to minimize the fallout, a sit-down reunion special was organized earlier than anticipated, with the goal of reuniting the two women, this time with the cameras rolling and no filters. The software was ready to undergo a transformation due to an interaction. When they finally encountered one other again, it was about more than just the person. It was about reputation, respect, and redemption. Evelyn accused Jackie of utilizing a private situation for her own fame, saying that Evelyn had been hiding behind lies for too long. Neither of them gave in. It was emotional, undercooked, and disagreeable. By the time the cameras stopped, both women were sobbing. But their tears were not of anger, but of exhaustion, the result of years of competition, camaraderie, and repressed hostility. Furthermore, rather of bringing about peace, the revelation of the truth only served to expose it. Afterwards, one producer said, "That day we didn't record reality TV. Instead, we documented real life, which wasn't very lovely. But just as it seemed that all may settle, A twist that would change everyone's understanding of the story was about to appear. Because in Hollywood, the truth is never kept a secret for long. By the time reunion week arrived, the whole internet was holding its breath, convinced that the narrative of Jackie and Evelyn would finally come to a head since the teasers had promised one final revelation that changes everything. But none of them foresaw what would happen. Filming began almost too quietly, with the two women, each escorted by their own glam squads and publicists, arriving hours apart. Producers described the atmosphere backstage as tense but fragile. The goal was simple: face the rumors, clear the air, and move on. But nothing is simple in the Basketball Wives universe. Before the much-anticipated part, the relationship timeline, finally came. The evening began with a little banter, old film, laughter, and a few shady jokes. A large screen behind the presenter was lit up with side-by-side images of Jackie, Evelyn, and the mysterious Mr. X. Live viewers may feel the pressure even via their monitors. The host turned to Jackie first. For months, Jackie, people have been wondering that you and this man were more than simply friends. Could you provide more details on the kind of relationship? Jackie took a long breath. Her eyes unwavering, we had a long talk, and she gently said, "We were close. Whether you're asking whether we were together, the answer is no. And I was duped just like everyone else." Evelyn raised an eyebrow. Lied to? Girl, please. That one sentence broke the fragile tranquility. Jackie turned to her and spoke fiercely. You believe he was merely playing with you? You think that's true? Evelyn struck back. At least I wasn't lurking around pretending to be innocent while making fun of people online. The room blew up. Cast members gasped, producers spoke into earpieces, and the presenter tried to comfort them. But amid the hubbub, a producer carrying a folder came to the stage. Everyone was frozen for a second. This was not expected. The confusion was felt by the audience. When the producer whispered something to the presenter, she was really taken aback. He stopped and glanced at the women, then said, I was just handed something that apparently everyone has to see. He lifted the folder, and within were printouts of verified, time-stamped, and cross-checked emails and SMS messages, not from fans, but from the network's own analysis. The host took a big breath. It turns out that there was a miscommunication, and that there is a much larger story behind this. The papers fluttered on the screen, and the whole tale twisted. It wasn't only Jackie and Evelyn who had spoken with Mr. X. According to the emails, the man had been negotiating separate advertising deals with both women concurrently, winning their trust via private conversations. According to reports, he provided them with biased material about each other, which stoked their rivalry and raised show ratings and social engagement. In other words, the disagreement was artificial rather than organic. A gasp went across the crowd. Jackie's cheeks became pale. Evelyn listened to every word in silence. They were both betrayed at the same time. You mean to tell me that this guy has been playing us both while we've been fighting? Jackie said softly in response. The host said, not just you two. For financial gain, he was also giving blogs access to production details. In only a few hours, the streams were inundated with millions of views, several analysis videos, and yet another round of speculation. The novel ended with two ladies reclaiming control of their own narrative, after a start with treachery, but as one admirer so eloquently stated, until the next season, it might be over. If there is one thing Basketball Wives has taught us, it is that secrets are never really kept a secret. And there it was, the last twist that nobody had predicted. What began as suspicions of betrayal turned into a complicated web of lies, secret schemes, and emotional fallout that neither Evelyn nor Jackie could have predicted. Two strong women who were caught up in the maelstrom of reality TV fame realized they had been fighting the wrong enemy all along. When the reality finally out, it was about control, power, and the cost of living a life in the limelight. There was more than one man involved. For years, fans saw Jackie and Evelyn trade side-eyes, taunts, and criticism. But this time, something else was captured on camera. A novel perspective on accountability and, unexpectedly, advancement. Maybe the whole episode is a reminder that the story is never told in its entirety on screen. The producers, contracts, and incentives that underlie each dramatic scene and viral moment influence our impressions. Jackie and Evelyn's answers were quite informative, even if they didn't corroborate every story. They were human, angry, wounded, and determined to return to the truth. Then what? Do you think this truce will endure? Or do you think more secrets will soon be revealed? Was this just a plot element that was strategically placed for the next season, or was it a true moment of resolution? Share your thoughts with us. Kindly provide your thoughts in the space provided for comments below. Do you believe the twist had an impact on anything, and whose side do you support? Remember to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss the next breakdown when the drama picks back up. In the realm of reality TV, peace is short-lived, secrets are valuable, and the next explosion is always just one episode away. Perhaps this story is drawing to a close, but what is the real tea? It is still being brewed.